Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy King Dv, and I'm with my co-host Smitty. What's going on, bro?
Man, it's love, man.
Time for A.J. Brown. Michael Carter the second.
They don't know Jalen Hurts like we know Jalen Hurts.
They was hanging on to Jalen Hurts.
Until next time, man, y'all know what it is.
Yo. What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome to another episode of Inside the Nest. I'm your host, King Dv, and I'm with my co-host. What's going on, Smitty?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm relaxing, man. I'm relaxing. Hey, man, but we got a special guest today, man. You know, he back again, you know, blessing us with his presence. Philly Mike, how you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling good. Interesting to see how you guys feel on just all the interesting topics of today. You know, one being AJ Brown, but like I said, I think I calmed down from my previous video and watching it a couple times, more than a couple times. I'm just ready to get to like some real off-season stuff, like some, draft talk and all that, and all the narratives kind of get put behind. Like, yeah, we flamed out. It was bad, right? Maybe the fire Nick Sirianni dies down a little bit until the season starts, which I think his seat will be hot, especially with possible coordinators that will be free again in 2025 due to the fact that a couple of them stayed and a couple of head coaches that we thought would get jobs front runners and Vrabel and Belichick didn't. So I think there's still a lot to unpack, but I'm ready to get back to how the Eagles can be successful more than this guy and all the finger pointing stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I like when it's real football, man. When we talk about X's and O's and we talk about what's going on the field, because what's going on right now is just a bunch of a pity pat, man. You just going back and forth, you speculating, you assuming, you one day you feel great, the next day your blood pressure up, and I just want to get back to what is normal, man. It feel a little crazy because of how we flamed out. Like we haven't really had nothing to really talk about for like 8 weeks because we was just getting humbled all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did. We had a little things here and there to talk about. It wasn't really like, week in and week out when the Eagles are playing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I want to give y'all thoughts about before we get into the main topic. Thoughts about the coordinators, real quick. How do y'all think that they would impact the team?
I like them. People criticize me because when I say Vic Fangio quickly, I always say with a V. I just can't think about putting the fan in front of it. But yeah, I mean, trying to adopt his scheme for all these years now to have him, it's like do or die on your actual philosophy, whether it's Nick's philosophy and or Howie's philosophy. You're doing or dying on that boat. I do like what Tyreek Hill said, right? He did kind of say a little bit like, yeah, maybe he got to connect a little bit better, but he did call him a defensive guru. He got mad respect for him. And I like what Ron Jaworski said I put out in my video this morning. The fact of the matter being he got connections too. And I think a lot of the secondary that were complaining were, Jalen Ramsey. And he has a track record of, being more of a outspoken guy, party. And I don't want to judge anybody, but there were certain guys who were complaining, and I think that if you're a championship caliber team, you can't have yes, it's all fun and games until it's not. And I think the way we got smacked up last year shows that there got to be a little bit more focal point on executing your job to its fullest and really putting in the extra work. Right when you're on top, you don't have to do that. Extra 20, 30 minutes at the end of practice. But I think a lot of guys got to do that going into this offseason. And just to touch on Kellen Moore a little bit, Dallas Cowboy fans are going to tell us this, tell us that. But, the season he got fired from the Cowboys, and I don't even think it was really a firing of him. It was like Mike McCarthy was getting heat. And if he's going to go out, he's going to go out with his play calling, right? I ain't going to go out on somebody else's play calling because Mike McCarthy once upon a time was a play caller. So I think it was more of, fresh start. You know, we moved on from Andy Reid because we needed a fresh start, not because Andy Reid wasn't a good coach. He was never not a good coach, but things that transpired with his son and all that, we had to move on just for the Philadelphia Eagles franchise. Look at him over there in Kansas City. He's not a he's one of the best coaches ever, right? You know, hindsight 2020, maybe we don't. Maybe we just go through the bad era of a year or two with this kid. But at the end of the day, Kellen Moore still had a high-powered offense the year he got fired. And the reason they lost is because Dak Prescott throwing interceptions, and there was a lot of injuries over there in Los Angeles with the Chargers. So I'm very excited. And like I said, it's Nick Sirianni, do or die.
What about you, Smith?
I mean, I'm all with the Vic Fangio situation, man. I mean, we've been running the scheme for like 4 years at this point, so it's like we already acclimated to running it. You might as well run it again. I mean, if you're gonna give it a last try, like you saying you're moving off Sirianni, if he don't succeed as far as rumors go, you know what I'm saying, his seat probably the hottest seat in the NFL if you don't succeed this year. You might as well let him go out with his guns a-blazing, man. He liked the Fangio defense. He came in liking it. I mean, let him down his sword. If it don't work, you move on next year. You start fresh. You rebuild the foundation. You already got solid pieces on the team. I mean, me personally, the only problem I got with Fangio for me is not him. Like, his scheme works. He's had top 10 defenses. He's had top 5 defenses. The problem for me is our personnel at the moment. I know the season isn't starting today. The personnel I have on the roster just makes me be like, okay, well, what do we do? It's more of a nervous twitch for me, like anxiety. Like, who is Howie gonna put in place for Fangio? Obviously, he's gonna have some type of input. Obviously, he's been in the league 20 years at this point. Like, he knows guys that fit his scheme, even if he hasn't coached them. He watch them on tape. He know who he can plug in, who he can't. So I know he's gonna have some type of input on that situation in general. So I just want to see what we do with the defense. Bringing in the right pieces, man, for Fangio could work out well. And Kellen Moore, like, just looking at that next gen stat of Smitty versus Kellen Moore. I mean, Smitty versus Keenan Allen. And it's like, if I could just get that, and you could just double it, because guess what? We got two number ones on our team. So let's just double what Keenan Allen did in the route tree, and then you'd be like, oh, so we really ran all over the field. We really actually put some work in. Like, when I'm looking at a route tree and I see 6-9 routes, I'm like, what was we doing? Like why did Smitty not run a slant, drag, nothing? He running big play or comeback, like that, or screen. And it's like, what's going on? Like, I think Kellen Moore is going. The only problem with me is his situation of running the ball. You know what I mean? He don't know how to, like, I'm up, it's time to run. Like, it's 2 games for sure last year where he literally had the lead against Jacksonville. Put Zeke, put Tony, let them run the ball. It's in the 4th quarter. Why are you forcing that to still throw the passes? He turned it over. We all know they lost. I mean, that's the only problem I would have with him. Late in games, I just want you, if you up, the game is pretty much solidified. Just situational. And we got Jeff Stoutland here. We got guys here, and that's kind of been my argument, Mike. Like, the coaching staff he had in Dallas, the leadership he had in Dallas, isn't the same in Philly. It wasn't the same at the Chargers. Like, he's gonna have different guys on the coaching staff to give him different ideas, and some are gonna be vets. Some are gonna be able to go to him and be like, "Hey, Kellen, we need to run the ball. We up 20. We up 20. 3rd quarter, 5 minutes left. Let's put the ball on the ground. Play keep away." Like, situations like that. Other than that, I think he's gonna be fine, bro.
See, the thing about Kellen Moore that the Cowboys fans try to conflict with the Eagles is that they blame him for a lot of their mishap. Whereas the common denominator is Dakota Rain. You already know who it is. But then you got to think about it like this, man. I was off today. I was watching ESPN. Nothing else was on TV, and they were basically they played the video that they asked Jerry Jones about Dak Prescott because he's due $60 million. And he basically was like, yo, man, we go as far as Dak Prescott take us. So who's to say that, it wasn't Jerry Jones' call for him to put the ball in Dak's hands instead of running the ball? We got to look at certain situations. Like it's a lot of situations with the Cowboys, and then also last year with Eckler being out, with Keenan Allen being hurt, Mike Williams being hurt, and then Wishicon wasn't at his best, Justin Herbert. So we got to really put into effort, the numbers is there, but it's kind of skewed when situations happen, and he got to go with what he can work with. So I think Kellen Moore would be great for Devontae Smith. AJ Brown's going to be AJ Brown regardless. He's going to be a bully. My only concern is, are we going to sign DeAndre Swift back? That's my concern.
You heard him today? You heard him today on the Michael. He was on a Michael Parsons podcast.
Oh, really? Wow.
He spoke a little bit about the 10-1 collapse, but he also spoke about, what does he need to sign with any team or the Eagles? And I don't got the exact quote. I know Eagle Nation on Twitter has. I can actually probably pull it up. But he said something along the lines, before I find it, unless someone else does.
Hold on, I got you.
That really it's all about the not the most money, but the money that is going to keep his family comfortable. Like that's pretty much he said his only concern is his family, and I think we will have a leg up with him and his family being from Philly or loving Philly. So I think barring Howie trying to be really really cheap, why not? But we do know that he hasn't really wanted to come out here and give 3-4 year deal to a running back, and I think that's what I think Swift is looking for, some type of security in maybe not the largest dollar per year, but he wants a multi-year contract. That's what I believe he wants, something in that 2-3 at least area, not another 1-year deal.
Right. What do you think about what Air Force Reserve said? Sergeant Walker, he said Swift 3 years, $14 million contract. You think he'll go for
that? That's like four and some change a year. 4 and some change.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can make that happen. I think that's something he would want.
Oh, that's Coach fault. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, I think 4 and change. I don't think he's going to reach 6.
All right, so his comments on the 10-1 on the 10-1 collapse. He said it's tough. Later in the year, people started playing their best ball. It comes down. We want to make enough plays. People might say play calling, coaching, whatever it may be. But in the end of the day, we out there. We got to make it happen. Whatever might get called, it comes down to execution from top to bottom. Yeah. We ain't making enough plays.
But that's what everybody said. Everybody said,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody said the same thing. Like basically, when they were trying to get back, they couldn't stop the bleeding. It was too late. They said that on the interviews today. They said the same exact thing. There's only but so much you could do in your prospective position to help.
His quote about free agency, he said whatever the right situation is, whatever it is, right for me and my family, that's really all it comes down to.
Somebody else said that too, but
it might not be a lot of bread. It might just,
multi-years, what I think.
Somebody said that too, but we gonna get into that a little later. Somebody else said that too, the same thing, same exact thing. And that's why I said I look at interviews, the interview that happened today with Kay Adams. I look at that a little bit differently than everybody else because I'm looking at it in the mind of the player.
Hold on. So you saying what AJ Brown said? You comparing to what Devontae Smith? What DeAndre Swift said?
Kinda.
It's a different situation for me though, DV. One is under contract for the next 3 years, and one isn't. One is trying to go wherever he can to make sure.
Bro,
you said,
I understand that, but it's 2 years. It was a 4-year deal, right?
But didn't the
so
deal
it's
just
2.
start this year? The deal started this year though. He has 3 years left on the deal. He only played
Okay.
1 year of that big contract. So he
Okay.
has 3 years. Him saying I don't know if I want to. Basically, I don't know what's going on, and I kind of like DeAndre Swift isn't here. He doesn't have a contract. He doesn't have anybody to play for. If the season started today, DeAndre Swift is a free agent. AJ Brown has to lace it up for a team. So him saying it's the best situation is the best. He doesn't have to sell to the Eagles right now because the Eagles either aren't sitting down with him or they are, and we don't know that yet. But that's the point he's at. Like whatever team picks me up and gives me the opportunity to perform the best I can on the field and give me some security to make sure my kids and my family straight. That's what I'm looking for right now. AJ Brown isn't looking for that. He has a 3-year contract remaining with the Philadelphia Eagles, and you didn't come out and say that. You didn't come out and say I want to be an Eagle. I think I'm more confident DeAndre Swift would take a cheap deal to be here over my main guy, and that's just real.
Of course he would, because it would be a home deal. Like, it would be like, hey, I'm comfortable here. I'm comfortable with what y'all giving me. If that's the case with the 3-year, $14 million, he's comfortable with that. So yeah, he's gonna want to stay here. According to AJ been through this before. Like I said, off camera,
Didn't DeAndre Swift go through the same thing?
I'm talking about with
the same thing with. Didn't D Swift
with
just go through that with Detroit? He literally said, I didn't know I was getting traded. I thought we was good. And then they drafted Buddy. He said as soon as they drafted dude, he started talking to his agent. Like, what's going on, man? I see they just drafted Woody.
Yeah, but just like you said.
I know I'm not secure now. And then y'all signed David Montgomery. I knew I was there. He knew he was there. Y'all signed David Montgomery, then y'all drafted a running back.
But
he knew what was up.
But just like you said, that was different situations. I think this is
a
situation.
Player, I'm finna play.
He's a captain. He's a captain. Hold on.
Ask want to know what's going on.
I know. But he's a captain.
You don't know what's going on. We talking around her.
I understand. We're about to play it. Let me just give
exactly. If you're a captain, I especially expect you to say, I want to be here. You got a C on your chest, bro. You got a C on your chest. That should be the first thing. You stand for the team. You are a leader. You're the guy.
Okay.
That's what. Guess what? If it's another Eagle sitting at home watching that, and he not cool with AJ, like, dang, is AJ coming back? Like, I don't really know what just happened. I just sat next to this man for 17 weeks. I thought we was good. Thought we was straight. He my captain. He breaking it down for me.
So we can talk about it.
We got to address this because it's everywhere. Why does Twitter have this wild idea that you're getting traded?
I don't know. Maybe they know something I don't know.
I mean, have you heard anything about this? Is this like a media thing? Like, where is it? It's everywhere. I'm sure you've seen it.
I kind of been through this before. I'm a vet. So I remain quiet, and if something happens, I'll be waiting by the phone, and not, then I'll be right here.
I'm getting all sorts of messages on YouTube. Why would they trade him? They wouldn't trade him. That's so messed up. Media this, media that, because it's Twitter. Are you happy where you are? And I think people are pointing to this because they saw you scrubbed your Instagram.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with football, or that's me just trying to grow as a person. I'm just trying to block out any negativity that I can, as you see, as one of the reasons why. So but yeah.
Okay, well, I love hearing. We got to address this because it's everywhere. Why does Twitter have this wild idea that you're getting traded?
Right.
That was the second one. Yeah, let it ride. I wanted people to hear the whole statement. I want you to take the whole comment into context, because playing small clips is how you really get the messed up experience of what he said. I played the whole minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I think
you want to break it down?
I think the ending one was worse. I think the way the K Adams show ended was even worse than that.
Really?
Yeah, because like I don't know if you probably don't have it, but she then comes out and says, what she said? She said like just to be 100% sure, right? Like you don't even hear like no buzz or nothing. And that's when he says like once again, like, I mean, if it happens now when she says that, Smitty says he ain't going nowhere. But he continues after Smitty says he ain't going nowhere, he continues to say something along the lines of if it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah. And then Kay Adams literally said, no. All I needed to hear from you is absolutely not. Like, so like what we're saying, well, what half the fan base is saying is all we needed AJ Brown to do is say this: fly, Eagles, fly, or go Birds, or I'm going to be an Eagle, or it's just trade speculation, or I don't know what the organization's thinking, but I'm thinking I'm staying an Eagle, right? Like anything. I love Philly. Anything to reinsure again. And again, I've been a diehard supporter of it's asinine. He ain't going nowhere. And I still bet he ain't going nowhere. But I just needed a fly, Eagles, fly or something like that. Even Kay Adams simply said to him after she tried to get one more last squeeze out of it, just say, you're not being traded. I don't want to be traded. And when he said the same thing again, who knows? I mean, if it's a business, it's a business, which I understand the business part of things. But when he said that again, she even said, no, don't say that. All I wanted to hear was an absolutely not. So that's it. You know, she said the same thing. And she's not even an Eagle fan. She low-key like the Eagles. I hear her talk really good about us the majority of the time. But the last part of that was like the rough one. And then the YouTube short, right? I don't even know who the guy is, but the Sports Illustrated. He said he said there's a lot of trade speculation going over about your name and blah blah blah. And he was like, yeah, there's some chatter to about, but he simply said, you at least think you're going to be catching passes in Philly next year, right? And he said, I don't know.
All I want to do is get. And then he was like, so do you want to be an Eagle? And he was like, oh, all I want to do is get better for my family, get better and spend time with my family. I was just like,
the Sports. Listen, I still believe he's not going nowhere. But the sport. Did you see the Sports Illustrated one, DV?
Yeah. I watched it on your channel.
So like he literally said at the end, like that guy gave him an alley-oop. He missed the alley-oop the same way Devontae Smith gave it to him. The guy gave him an alley-oop. He simply said, but you're preparing to be catching footballs in Philly. And he said, I don't know. And then he literally said there is chatter to it. Like the last 3 words he said, or 4 words, there's chatter to it. I'm like, huh? The Kay Adam ones didn't worry me. It was just like,
I gotta play the one that worried me. I gotta play it.
The Kay Adam one to me was like, he's frustrated about hearing the same thing over and over. He's like, bro, I'm good. I'm staying. I don't need to pander to you guys, even though I would have liked him to. But the other one was like, bro, just at the end of the day, what he just did is invite more speculation, right? I was defending AJ over WIP. I said, WIP, shut up. Don't say nothing unless he's giving you something to say. And today he low-key gave WIP even more ammunition.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He did. To an extent, he did.
To an extent. To me, I'm still believing it. I'm rocking with him, and he an Eagle. But definitely shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just listen. And here's the thing. I understand, like, he's so tired, he doesn't want to confess to us because some of the fan base is getting on his nerves. But really, if you're really that tired, the very first question Kay Adams should have said, he could have said, we don't got to talk about trade. I'm going to be an Eagle in 2024. Bang, it's over. Nobody would ever ask him that again. But he's like inviting it. He's like, yeah, I want y'all to be nervous. I want y'all to be nervous.
Almost, yeah.
Hold on, let me play the other one. Hold on, DV. I'm going to play the other one real quick.
Go. Your name is out there a lot with people talking about, what might be going on behind the scenes, what the organization's plans may be. What do you make of all that? Is that just noise in your mind?
I've been through this before. I'm a vet at this point, So if something happens, my phone will ring and I'll be waiting. If not, then I'll enjoy my time.
But you're prepared, obviously, to be catching passes for the Philadelphia Eagles next season.
I'm prepared to focus on my family at home and get better in the offseason and just see where this thing go. You know, it's chatter.
Your name is out there a lot with people talking about, what might be going on behind.
Bros, but listen, look, again, I'm Team AJ all the way. But my man said there is chatter, though. What the heck does that mean? Is he saying knows there's
no, he
speculation
said
chatter or there's real chatter?
Philly Mike, he's saying that it's just chatter.
But yeah, just chatter, but he said chatter, though.
It's just chatter.
It's just chatter. No. See, listen, DV. The way you take it's just chatter though. Like for him saying it's chatter though, instead of him just being like it's chatter. It's just chatter,
bro.
It's different,
it's just chatter, bro. It's just chatter. So here's the thing, right?
Okay, so express to me how 2 times he couldn't say he was being an Eagle. 2 times he got asked that question. The first question, the second question, both were, "Are you going to be an Eagle?" And neither one of them he could give an answer of yes.
I took my mindset listening to what he had to say out of just being an Eagles fan, Eagles content creator, and I'm listening to the player, right? You got to be mindful that he went through something similar with the sports media in Tennessee, fans in Tennessee. You got to be mindful of that. And this is probably giving him PTSD.
It's not
right?
the same.
No, listen, hear me out. Before
He
you
had no contract in Tennessee, though.
Let me explain.
Now, I agree with King DV to an extent, for real. Like, I think he's frustrated.
I'm not saying that it's the same. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that he's been through this before. So now it's like, okay, well, I don't have no control of this. Let me focus on stuff that I can control, which is your family, the time, your off season, how you work out, things like that. If he's an Eagle, he's going to be an Eagle. If he's not, then he's not. I think he answered the question without actually giving a direct answer or validation to the Eagle fan base. He answered the question already.
See, and that's my thing. I agree when he says it's a business and he has to be prepared for anything. He's been through this process before. I totally agree. Mm-hmm. But my whole thing is this. Correct. If Howie Roseman or Jeffrey Lurie wants to trade you, you have no say in it, right? You really don't. He doesn't have a no trade clause. I get that. But my thing is when there's trade speculation, I want to know, does the person, right? Bleep what the organization would you like. What do you want? Like, and that's where you see the bond with Smitty. We already know the bond's there with Jalen. But for someone who's frustrated, right? Again, he's like, man, I'm going through this again. I don't want to. And Eagle fans can be annoying, right? We boo it. We boo more than other fan bases. We do a lot of different things. We love harder. We hate hard. Simple. We do a lot of tough love. That is true. AJ handled a tough love year one. He didn't really like the tough love, right? He got off of social media and he said into K Adams, partly because the fan base is annoying him. He had a really rough year on Twitter. That's documented, right? Bleacher Report picking it up and everything. All that being said, he's a smart dude, right? His agent, his people, the Eagles in general. If I'm in AJ's team, this is what I do. If I'm in AJ's team, right, I say, AJ, if you low-key want to get traded, answer the way you answer without really answering. But if you want to stay an Eagle, give the Eagle fans what they want. Say a fly Eagle. Like, you don't have to say 100 times, but just shut down the speculation. And then if Howie or Jeffrey trade you, that's on them. But if you low-key don't want to be an Eagle, then just play it close to the vest, which I think he did. I'm not saying that means he doesn't want to be an Eagle, though, because I have no idea about that. It looked like he was frustrated. Like, bro, we're doing this again. But again, if you don't want to do it no more and you do want to be an Eagle, all you had to do was say something like K. Adams said. Absolutely not. I want to stay an Eagle. Do the Eagles want to keep me? You know what I mean? I mean, I had the best 2 years of my career. Why wouldn't I want to stay an Eagle? Like, he could have said anything like that. I love Smitty. Why wouldn't I want to stay an Eagle? But it's I love Smitty. Nothing about the Eagles. I took it. And when K. Adams asked him, if you want to, she first said, do you want to be here? Then she talked about the social media being deleted. He only answered about the social media. And he said it had nothing to do with the Eagles. He just got to distance himself from thing. But All he had to do and say, I wanted to distance myself from social media, but to your question, do I want to be an Eagle? Of course. Bang, it's over. It's done.
It is. It is.
But listen, I'm not physically mad at him for not saying, of course I want to be an Eagle, but it still leaves a lot. Like, I feel like if you thought he was going to be traded before this didn't clear your mind. If you didn't think he was going to be traded, you might have came over to the traded side, but you still might not be. I don't like what he said, but if I had to bet $100 right now, he's going to be an Eagle in 2024. That's what I would bet. But someone who was teeter-totting might flip, but nobody who was thinking he was going to be traded feels more confident after that. You know what I mean? So I think that's where he left it. He left a lot of he could have made the answer black and white, but he left it gray.
Yeah.
Listen, the only reason I got any inclination that I would bet that money with Philly Mike about him being here is because I know the cap hit is ridiculous, and we wouldn't take that for a receiver, first off. So obviously he's going to be here in 2024. I wasn't talking like that, though. Like, you want to feel secure moving forward, too, not just, next season, well, we're going to be back in the same situation. In a year, in 365 days, when we sit back on these podcasts, we're going to be sitting here talking about the same thing because A.J. Brown couldn't simply come out and say 3 words. I'm an Eagle. Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds. Like, he could have said a whole number of statements that would have been like, all right, cool. At least we know. Like, because I don't care what you think Howie's going to do. I don't care what you think Jeff's going to do. Like, it's on you. Your decision is your decision. If you said, I want to stay and they trade you, then guess what? The same thing they looked at when they looked at Tennessee, they're going to look at Howie and Jeff the same way. Like, if you trade this man after he says he want to be an Eagle, then that's on the organization. But if they trade him right now, let's be real clear, DV. If they traded AJ right now, and you got no word about how it happened, right? Everybody's going to go back to those videos and be like, see, he didn't answer, so obviously he wanted to be traded. They're going to use those videos in that same kind of capacity. Like, look, if he would have said he wanted to be an Eagle, then we would know he didn't want to get traded. But he couldn't even answer the question. So how do I know he wasn't already in conversations right there with Howie to leave? Like, that's what we're looking at. Like, you hear it right now. You hear the mumblings. You hear people making up stuff, and you like, it can't be true. And then it's like, all right, AJ gonna come out and he gonna come on the everybody that was an Eagle fan this morning was like, I have never watched her show, but I'm watching today because AJ gonna tell me what he gonna tell me. And then you watch the show, you was like,
put it this way. How about, listen, when AJ Brown went 2.5, 3 weeks without speaking, right? The speculation was he's mad at the coaches and he's mad at Nick Sirianni and he's mad at Jalen. When he finally spoke, what did he say? He answered all 3 of them questions. I'm not mad at Nick. I ride with Brian, and me and Jalen are good, right? If he would have came back and kept it like, I don't know who I'm mad at, right? Like, so my whole thing is like, if you want the speculation to stop it. Stop it good, stop it bad. If you want it to keep going, keep it the way he kept it. And so, here's the thing. He's not on social media no more. So he's not going to see the speculation. And again, the way the season ended with him, which I respect some of the things he did and said, I feel like, honestly, whether he wants to be Eagle or not, he low-key's like, yo, I deleted my social media because some of y'all get on my nerves. And the ones who get on my nerves want to know what my answer is. So have fun for 2 months, homie. You ain't going to hear from me in 2 months. So, like, I feel like, a little bit of that, too. And I ain't mad at it. If we could say boo to him, he could say find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, right? He keep us waiting because we going to keep waiting at the end of the day. But here's my thing. If the Eagles come out here and lose week 1 and he don't talk, now it's like, oh, here we go. Something like that. So I just my whole thing is I want to, as Jalen would say, flush the ending of the 2023 season. And I just want to be everything on the up and up. And so am I going to lose sleep tonight? No, because I still think he's going to be an Eagle. But I would have rather him been like, bro, I love it here. That's it, That's it.
he wasn't going to do that. He
I-
wasn't going to do that. He before they even came on, I felt like that him and Devontae Smith actually had a conversation. Like, look, we not going to do certain things. Like, that whole interview. I did get a little bit of things from it. I did get when AJ Brown basically said that the guy in front of the guy on the side of me, and I remember seeing your video, Philly Mike, and you was pounding your chest when he said it. That basically, he's going to be working, and I'm gonna be doing the same thing. So I feel like that in his mind, he knows that he's going to be an Eagle, but the speculation of 94.1, let's just call it spade what a spade is. That's what got him and his motor going to the point where he's like, no, I don't want to even deal with the negativity. I don't want to deal with none of that. And then Kay Adams, he probably got on there and thought that they was going to talk about the bounty thing. and then
he does got a bounty on his head right now in Philly. No, I'm just
kidding. And then if you shout out to Thomas Mott, he basically messaged her before the interview and was like, hey, don't make this a soft interview. And then she's like, what you talking about, Thomas? She said that she said that. So it's all that, she's trying to push things out for the Philadelphia fan base, and they really didn't give you a direct answer. They gave you more indirect answers. Like I said, he was like, hey, this guy's going, I'm gonna be good as long as this guy is working out. I know he's going to work out. I'm gonna be working out. So that means that's 1A, 1B still. Then on top of that, Devontae Smith, not DeAndre. Devontae Smith was basically like, he's coming back. He's coming back. I don't even know what. Like, as soon as they asked him the question, he started laughing.
Yeah, he said he's not going nowhere.
Right, because Devontae Smith probably is on social media, but probably not commenting and everything like that. I feel like that AJ Brown had an issue with social media, that it was taking a toll on him. Like, he replied to LB. Shout out to Lord Brunson, but he replied to him. That's what I'm saying. It's so much that he was dealing with this all season, especially when we were losing, that it's like, yo, I need to take a step back. And he probably, this is just all assumption. He probably was taking it out on his family. This is why he's like, yo, what's more important is my mental health, my family, and this, that, and the third. That's where I'm at with it. And I feel like that he's still going to be an Eagle this year. Beyond that, regardless of what happened this year, I don't know. But right now, I feel like that he's still going to be an Eagle. And I feel like that everything's going to open up, especially because the playbook is going to open up. Because in that interview also, Devontae Smith was like, basically just let us do our thing. And then AJ Brown started laughing. So down the stretch, what I seen was that AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, they became blockers. They became this and also just running routes to be a decoy, not, hey, get me the ball. And they want the ball. So that's why they start laughing. So I feel like that it's still there. It's just a simple fact that, Philadelphia sports media, they try to control the narrative of the Philadelphia sports teams, just like Tennessee did. This is why I think his mindset is more so like, okay, I've seen this before. Tennessee fan base basically saying, okay, well, AJ Brown want this big contract and this, that, and third. Oh, look, just let him walk, let him go and everything. And then he ends up leaving. And now the fan base is mad. Same thing is going on here right now. 94.1 is basically giving the same ammo. Hey, let's split them up. Oh, AJ Brown is a diva. Oh, this, that, and the third. And he's listening to all this. That's what I'm saying. I see where his mindset is at, but I feel like, I agree with both of y'all. I feel like that he should have gave some type of validation that he still wants to be an Eagle. He still wants to win something with Jalen. He still wants to be on the side with Devontae Smith. Anything. He should have did that, but he didn't. And that's why I understand both sides that, everybody's up in the air, but at the same time, I know where his mindset is.
Yeah, look, I agree with you there. Like go ahead, Smitty.
Go ahead.
No, you got it.
No, I was just gonna say this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. I'm done. Like, whether he here, whether he not, I got to be a Philadelphia Eagle fan. So at the end of the day, I mean, just like you said, DV, we gonna do what we can control. So whether he want to be here, he don't. I mean, I got to move forward into the next season with who on the roster. So that's all I can do about it.
True, and like I said, I think he's gonna be here. Hey, we'll see. Sooner or later, the pads will get put back on, and we'll see who's all out there. You know, I think there's going to be a lot of new additions. I like some of the free agents that are available in this upcoming free agency class via linebacker, safety. You know, we got the draft coming up, and so this Eagles team definitely got some stuff they got to fix for sure. Defensively, just because we got the coordinators in, don't mean we still got the exact players that need to that Fangio is going to be using. So I think we're on the right track. We started out great. I mean, if you look at the coordinators, they're both highly touted via around the league. Initial reaction was just like ex-Cowboy, another Fangio scheme. Like we thought we were going to get away from that and that, but like at the end of the day, they were the top coordinators on the market, and we got to see how they coexist with Nick Sirianni, because he's still the CEO coach, right? What's his job is to just make sure everything is going according to plan. Let me call them timeouts and say, my job is to say brotherly shove.
right. And I know what the F
Kelly calls all the plays except for the brotherly shove.
Right. That's what I was going to go to next. Go ahead, Smitty.
Go ahead, DV.
That's what I was going to go to next. Like, how do you feel? You know, because at the beginning of the season, it's all fun and games, whereas though, like, state property comes to mind. What happened with the Eagles, and bring it back Sirianni. They basically told him that you go and either lay down, get down or lay down. That's basically what I felt like happened. And just like Doug Peterson said, no, I'm not firing nobody. And they actually, you know, gave him the boot. I think that, you know, Nick Sirianni, you know, took the bait and basically was like, look, I'm firing everybody because I still need this job. I still believe in this team. And I get it. You know, a lot of people like.
Do you believe the Belichick rumors that what's his name? Not Gary, but I forgot the dude, but the journalist for the New England guy who stated that Belichick was high on the Eagles list and they were thinking about moving on from Sirianni. However, Sirianni gave in to the fire my coordinators things, and they said, we'll hold off for a second. Do you believe it, or you think more rumor real?
I think it's more rumor. Because I feel like, you know, me and Smitty talked about this a couple of times. I feel like that Lori and Howie, they want one of those guys. I'm not going to say yes, man. It's going to be more so that, hey, you know, Coach Howie, we want you to coach, basically. You know, I guess that's a yes, man. But that's basically what it is. I don't think they want somebody that's going to want to control everything like a Bill Belichick. And I think that's why it's hard for him to find a job, because at the end of the day, you got organizations, CEO, GMs, that wants that power to know what personnel is going to be on the team, have a say so when the coordinators, have a say so in the positional coaches and everything like that. But Bill Belichick is more so that, hey, I want to come in and I want to bring my guys in. Because if Bill Belichick would have been, like, say, for instance, hypothetically speaking, just entertaining it. If Bill Belichick would have, if Nick Sirianni would have got fired, Bill Belichick would have came in. You mean to tell me that Matt Patricia probably wouldn't have stayed?
Oh, yeah, right.
You mean to tell me that, you know, Josh McDaniels wouldn't have been a second thought? You know, I don't know if he would have stuck, but he'd have been a second thought. That's what I'm saying. They would have tried to create the Philadelphia Patriots. It would have been crazy. So that's why I'm saying that, you know, I don't think that it was a fact. I think it was more of a rumor and something, just a buzz to go around the league to try to get him a job. If not, we're gonna see him on our TV just, you know, announcing.
I think if the Belichick conversation was a conversation, I think it was a tough conversation between Howie and Jeff. Like, hey, last time you brought a CEO coach in here that wanted the power, I got fired. So, hey, if we bring Belichick in, is my job guaranteed? Because I don't want to get fired.
True, you would have been worried about
give him some of the power. Yeah, like, hey, look, I don't mind bringing Belichick in, but am I guaranteed my job moving forward? Because I don't want to bring him in and then I end up having to go find a job somewhere else, which probably would be of the abundance. People would probably be flocking out of nowhere. They firing GMs and all types of stuff to get Howie in the house. But I don't know though. Like Howie and Bill Belichick is reported to have a great relationship too. So like they've been reported to be close. So I wouldn't be surprised if Howie reached out and was like, "Hey, what you think about the Eagle job?" And had more conversation with it, and then it seemed like, all right, well, hey, look, well, Sirianni right now ain't playing well. We're gonna have a conversation with him, and if things go left, we'll give you a call back. And if things go, then we move on with Sirianni. But I think everything was on the table though. Listen, Howie is well connected. Him to have a conversation with somebody is very easy. He picks up his phone, he go to the Rolodex, as contacts as y'all with, I'm a little, and he have a conversation. Hey man, look, I heard such and such might be, looking for a head coaching job. We might be looking for a head coach. What are you looking for? What do you think about our team? Would he like to come, at least attempt to have the job opportunity to seek being a Philadelphia Eagle head coach? It's not hard for Howie. He's well respected around the league. You know what I'm saying? And most people gonna pick up the phone. Everybody like, oh, Howie called me. It's a finesse. But people keep picking up the phone and keep getting finessed.
They do.
So they like talking to Howie because they like talking to Howie. Howie is respected, and he probably talked to multiple coaches. I wouldn't be surprised if Sirianni get fired or something like that, and you hear about how they was talking to this coach and that coach, and if the next coach get hired, oh well, they was having conversations with him, but they decided to go with Nick last year. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know what I would have did if Belichick came to my team though. Because the thing about his staff,
that's what I'm saying. His staff would have been horrendous to the point where you're like, yo, we seen them both fail. And we seen like certain guys. I don't know who they would have had at position, but I know the coordinators would have been either solidified. Hey, Patriots, Matt Patricia would have stayed.
I mean, Bill would at least call the defense, most likely, so.
Yeah, he would have helped with the defense.
Hey, hold on. Jimmy.
Whatever guys out there,
What is that?
Hey, man, listen, can we move forward? Because y'all going left now. Y'all talking about Jalen Hurts getting traded and all that. I'm cool, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear no more about nobody getting traded.
No, I mean,
unless it's Bradbury or Avonte Maddox. If those two, if you want to talk about them getting traded, I'm all with it. I'll have 1,000 conversations.
That's a good segue. A lot of people are talking about the cap hit, and I put up a poll, basically who you want to get traded. I mean, who you want to get rid of? Avonte Maddox, Kevin Byard, Bradbury, or other people, or all of them. And a lot of people were saying all of them.
All of them being who?
Byard, Avonte Maddox, and Bradbury.
That's a whole lot of cap, though. That's a lot of cap.
Well, Byard saves you money. What's it called? Bradbury doesn't save you. He'll cost though a decent amount. Look, my whole thing with Kevin Byard is
even about the first June 1st, even about June 1st.
Yeah, I mean it'll be a little bit less after June 1st. I don't know the exact numbers, but Bradbury just got paid and his money's pretty good. Now, if we extend Bradbury and then try to cut him and try to eat it over a couple years, it won't be as bad, I think. That being said, look, with Kevin Byard, I understand dude did not play up to his standards in Philly the 1 year. But if we believe that Sean Desai and Matt Patricia were just like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, both of them got to go type thing, like, then I can't really blame somebody who comes in the middle of the year, tries to learn a scheme, then tries to learn another one when there's a revolving door in the secondary and bad play calling. So again, like if anybody deserves the benefit of the doubt, it's Kevin Byard, because we know he played good in a decent scheme, and now we have a coordinator that's going to be with him throughout the whole thing. And he's learned Slay, he's learned a couple other guys who's been here. So I would give him the benefit of the doubt. Now here's the thing: if we would have to redo his contract though, right? Like, so if redoing his contract saves us 11 million, if cutting him saves us 14, redoing it saves us 11. I'd probably rather redo it for 9, I would want to approve a year, 1 year, prove a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't give him no multi-year deal like that. Huh?
Redoing it saves us 9, right?
9, yeah, 9. I would still, he would have to be due for 1 year though. That's it. Because I would like to draft a safety. I like Sidney Brown. Bree Blankenship, he had his ups and downs for sure. But like, if we don't draft a safety, like you still need a couple bodies there, So I would give him the benefit of the doubt just because of how discombobulated the defense was in general.
Right.
But a 1 year deal only. He's like, let me get a 2-3. Heck no. You gotta go. I'll take that $14 million and I'll go out there and look through that safety list. You know what I mean? There's
Winfield. Hello, Mr. Winfield Jr. Would you like to come play for the Philadelphia Eagles?
$14 million 1 year deal. Let's get it. The exact money I saved.
What you think about the other two though? What you think about the other two though?
Who?
Maddox and Bradbury.
If Howie could work the money, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see Bradbury leave. And Maddox, I think it's time. I like him still, but what he showed me at the end of the season was like, are you bad or are you just rusty for not playing for almost 2 years? Right? Like in the last 2 years, he played 3 games prior to coming back. Like he was hurt both years, so that could be rust. But with him being hurt all the time, not so good. I keep forgetting about Isaiah Rodgers. The dude be putting on the Eagle helmet every day, going outside playing catch. Like the dude ready to play for the Eagles. So whether he plays inside or outside, I just think that with the young guys we have, I think it's time to move on from Avante. But shout out to Miss Ash. She said, thank you, Mike. Quit trying to move on for KB, man. Look, like I said, he'd be the one guy I'm willing to give a life jacket. Like, bro, you came here in the middle to an already bad deal. Like, I'd rather give him a chance for sure.
All right, Mike. So I'm convinced that we possibly could spend some money in the offseason on safety. Possibly. But I got a solution. I just want to know what people think. I want to move Reed Blankenship to linebacker. But that's only if you bringing in a guy like Antoine Winfield, some top tier talent at safety where him being at linebacker assists the team. I just think he got all the proper skills to be able to cover those guys in short burst routes and stuff like that. And I think he can assist in the run. He's not scared to hit. And I think I need his energy closer to the line, man. It seems like, when he far out, I don't know. It seems sometimes he get his foot stuck in the grass.
I hear you on that. But here's my thing about Blankenship playing linebacker, right? Like, look, you could tell he's better at playing at the line of scrimmage, right? He can assist in the run, but when you talk about assisting in the run, his tackles are normally outside, right? Like, outside zone. He's close to the line of scrimmage and he tackles them outside the line of scrimmage or whatever. But I don't know how good he is going through the A gap and the B gap and not just going there, not like see ball, get ball, but being able to shed offensive linemen, right? Like that's a whole nother experience as it pertains to stopping the run inside the box, like at the will linebacker spot, every single down. Like when he comes down in the box 4 or 5 times, he might be coming in the box when they know they're passing and or about to check it down. And I'm not worried about him tackling a running back in space or a tight end for a 5-yard. He got that. He's a good tackler. But like playing in the run every single down, shedding blocks, fighting through blocks, it's a lot easier said than done to be like, let's take him in there.
I seen Simmons. That was just like my whole thing. Like Simmons did it. And I mean, it took him a year. He was kind of like out of place. It seemed like he didn't play linebacker well.
Simmons in college played a little bit both. Like
A
he's
little bit
always
of
been
both,
playing both.
but he played more safety than linebacker in college, and then he played more safety in his first few years in Arizona than linebacker. Then when they moved him to predominantly linebacker, he struggled the first half of that season, but he started to catch on. He started to, and I think our D line could protect Reed Blankenship from really having to come in contact because we are switching defenses. So we will be in the 3-4, which we'll probably see more 5-man fronts. So I think he'll be a little bit more covered than, what I'm saying. That's just my, I'm just, just in case we're not able to go
it's
out
not
there and get who we
impossible.
want.
It's not impossible at all.
No,
I just think,
no.
people play too much mad, and you're like, you know what? Let me just put this guy at punt return, and let me take this guy. Nah, just kidding.
Nah, I just see. If you really look at it, Greenlaw, safety turned linebacker. What's his name? The other one, who the other one on the San Francisco. He's a safety turned linebacker. Like it's a lot of safeties turned linebacker that have been successful. So I mean, I know a lot of them changed before they came to the NFL, so it's a little bit different. It's a little bit harder when you already kind of acclimated to the league, but I think he can do it, man. Like Reed a tough guy, man. He might have to put on 15 pounds. He might have to put on 15. I just
How
don't
y'all
know.
feel about Nakobe Dean?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
What? I mean, I still got a small amount of faith that he can get it together. I don't know. I haven't seen him play, so I really can't say what kind of faith I got in him. I've seen him play a couple games here. I didn't see him play none in his first year. So like I've seen literally less than.
Ain't it crazy that he never got hurt before? Like he got hurt. Like remember coming into the league and he had that pec issue. It was from working out at the end of the season. Go ahead. He never got hurt in college.
Talking to Miss Ash. Yeah, he never really got hurt in college. It was
now he can't never stay healthy. That's my biggest gripe with him right now.
Here's my thing, right? With the Kobe Dean, man. I'm gonna be realistic as I can. A lot of people have been questioning his size. I don't think his size matter. Honestly, I think that he does everything great that you want a linebacker. First of all, when he was healthy, in the beginning of the season, our running game was great. The running game was great. He was kind of confused at times. The rush defense, I'm sorry. Yeah. Rush defense was great. Coverage is where he has his problems, but I think he can learn that. But I'm all for because Howie Roseman did shout him out, basically saying that he still believes in him. I think Nakobe Dean really needs to learn at the NFL level behind someone, and then also take that time to work on his body, to the point where he's, not getting injured quickly like that, and being available. Work on being available to his ability.
How often do people get that injury he get in his foot? That small bone break.
That Liz Frank.
It's like a rare injury, right? You don't see a lot of people get them like that, right?
It's a bad injury to have.
It is a bad
injury.
Injury.
Like
so
it's
now,
a free injury because it's
what's
like lingering, right?
Let me ask you a question though. What's the recovery time, and is it the same when you do?
He taking the boot off next week.
Okay.
He said 3 weeks when we was about to play Tampa.
So right now, let me ask y'all a question.
The boot off.
So right now, going off of what Howie Roseman said, right? Would you start Zach Cunningham and Nakobe Dean right now going into 2024?
That's worst case scenario.
Yeah, that's bottom of the line, boy. Jesus.
Now let me ask y'all another question.
That's possible though. Knowing Howie, that's real possible.
Mike, stop.
He'll try to sell that shit.
He will.
Listen, DV. When he said it, when he said it in the thing, he was like, they were asking about the defense and the linebackers, and he was like, yeah, we had a rough season, but if you really look through it, Zach Cunningham had a good season. I was like, and he was like, oh yeah, and I have the most. Me and Coach have the most faith in Nakobe Dean. My first mind was like, we finna start the season with Zach Cunningham and Nakobe Dean.
No, we can't. Now let me ask y'all a question. because this was a argument that I was having with a lot of people, the Eagles fans down here in South Philly. We picked 22, right? In the first round.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who would y'all get? Jeremiah Trotter Jr. or Quentin? The guy that you did tape on Philly Mike.
I want to watch more tape because I don't know exactly where. And again, just because someone says they're gonna or you start to rank them in this area, it could change quick, right? Like once upon a time we thought Kobe Dean was a late first, early second. He went to the third, right? Same with a couple other guys. I still haven't dived totally deep in here, but I do think that again, I was like again teeter-tottering in that interview too, because he first said before he did what Smitty said and said, oh, Zach Cunningham had a great season and we believe in no Kobe Dean. Before he said that, he said, which had me excited. So I got happy, and I got, he's going to run with that. I got happy when he said that, like, look at it. Both years we went to the Super Bowl, we had good linebacker play. And say what you want about TJ Edwards, he played good for us, and he's continuing to play good for the Bears, right? Yeah. So, and yeah, that Super Bowl year in 2017, Nigel Bradham was a shell of himself at the end, but Nigel Bradham was balling for us at that time, right? So he's like, the 2 years we had that's linebacker play, we won the Super Bowl. So I'm like, listen, and everybody's been tweeting, and I know Howie Roseman, he doesn't like listen to Eagle fans all the time. He definitely doesn't, but he knows what's being said, because when he wants to rebuttal it, he'll be like, I hear the media say this. Like he got his ears to the ground for sure. Someone's telling him. And you got guys like Jeremiah Trotter, Seth Joyner. You have, more Eagle players and more NFL analysts saying throughout these playoffs how impactful. Because once upon a time, linebackers was the shit. There was an era between 2000 and, that 2016-17 when we won a Super Bowl to even now, where it's like you can get away with bad linebacker play because the league is going to nickel and dime. And it is true, right? Look at the numbers. We play more nickel and dime than we play base. Everybody does. Nickel's like the new base and dime is like the new nickel. And 10 years ago, it wasn't like that. All that being said, passing is becoming more prominent, which you want to get. You rather have corners and defensive backs on the field that can tackle still. But, man, if there ever was a statement year where linebackers were making plays at the end of the season and in the playoffs is this year, and how he always talks about, I want to zig when everybody's zagging and being ahead of the curve. Well, the curve is to get back on the linebacker train right now, before it's too late. You got free agents available. It might cost, but you got to do what you got to do. You got free agents, and you got a draft coming up where there's no excuses not to do that.
The draft isn't really deep in linebacker, though, Mike, to be honest. I think for me, it's only two guys. And I'm not taking Jeremiah. I'm not taking Jeremiah Trotter in the first round.
But again, that's when you can trade back.
If we taking linebacker in the first round, I'm taking Edrin Cooper. He the best linebacker in the draft. We taking linebacker first round. Give me Edrin Cooper. He bigger than Trotter, just as fast, and he's a better coverage linebacker than Trotter. I mean, I would take Edrin Cooper if we taking linebacker in the first round. If we not taking Cooper in the first round, I'm taking a cornerback. You can give me a load of cornerbacks though. That's where it's kind of deep at. That's why I would kind of like. I'm kind of like in a mix because it's like so many cornerbacks. Like you could take Nate Wiggins, you could try to get Kool-Aid, you could try to get Taryn. It's a few cornerbacks out there you could pick up. Like you can really put some cornerbacks in. So like if you wanted to wait for cornerback and your main priority was I don't want to be expensive on linebacker in free agency. I want to go get a solidified guy. You want a first round linebacker? Then I'm taking Cooper, and I'm pretty much assured that in the second round you can get a first round talent at cornerback.
I'm happy you said that because I had a question. So we talk about the secondary, of course, safety, linebacker, but also the cornerback. We don't have a lot of hope in Ricks and Ringo. in corner?
I think it's more of a like what you seen type of thing. You know what I mean? People ain't really looking into the development in their mind mentally. You know, you watch Rick struggle a little bit here. You watch Ringo struggle a little bit there. You know what I'm saying? A little sprinkle, and then now people are stuck in their head. They can't get it out their head. Like I'm cool with if Carl Scott, he come in from the other team, he say, look, I really like what I see from these boys, man. I'd rather if we don't have to take a cornerback. I'm gonna deal with what I got in the room. Just get, you can, if Bradbury is no longer here, I'm cool with him saying that. I'm gonna deal with these guys. I think these guys right here can get me there because I watched, I would take his word for it because Patrick Surtain, Minka Fitzpatrick, Xavier McKinney, Trayvon Diggs, like he has put 4 first rounders in 3 years in the draft. Like, I'm gonna ride with that. You know what I'm saying? If he came in and was like, hey, we ride with Ricks, or hey, we ride with Ringo at the outside corner when we get rid of Bradbury and we put Slay on the other side with Isaiah Rodgers in the slot, I'm all in. I'm all in. So, I mean, I'm not out on them guys, but I need to know. See, like, you don't really hear from the position coaches a lot, so you really don't and you don't get to see the video. So we're not really seeing the development unless you're on the field. And then they gave, like, they was trying to mix it up. And I told you before, DV, I don't really like that I don't really like that with corners. Like, corners gotta feel the game. The game is slow rolling. And then when they start feeling the receiver they covering, or they start seeing the tendencies of the quarterback, they get into a groove. Me going on the field for 3 plays, and then I'm going to sit out for a quarter, then I'm coming back in for 4 plays. Then you throw me in the whole 4th quarter and like, hey, I need you to play the rest of the game. Like, it's not really like what coach T asked, Cooper or Kitchens? If I probably take Kitchens. If we want safety. I mean, Cooper if we want linebackers. I mean, this draft could be crazy. Like, listen, hey, Mike, you might think I'm crazy, but at 22, I'm almost down to take Troy Franklin out of Oregon. Wide receiver 3? I mean, hey.
No, I wouldn't do that. You tripping.
Hey, man, listen. Hey, listen, think about this, DV. Listen to my logic. We are about to play.
Oh, you said at 20, at 22,
yeah, 22,
you said?
Yeah. Just listen to my logic.
I see that a spot to move, like that's that spot where if a couple of your guys get hit, I think it's smart to move back and garner more picks there. Depending who's on the board, if someone falls, then you do what you got to do. But
listen, I know it's unrealistic, right? How we won't take probably a 1st-round receiver again for the next 10, 15 years, right? I'm just looking at it this way. When I first made the claim, it was Vic Fangio. I'm like, it's bend but don't break defense. So if we anywhere close to what we was doing last year, we possibly giving up somewhere 20 points a game, right? Maybe. Just worst case scenario. So in my mind, I'm like, if we boost up the offense, I mean, obviously we're not bringing Quez back. I don't know about Alameda. I mean, Troy Franklin, 4.2 speed, great hands, quick routes. I mean, you could put him in there, and the offense goes from a little bit missing a part to all the parts being there. I mean, I just don't know, bro. It's a lot going on. You can make it happen. Like,
what's crazy?
But hold on, DV. We can get $60 million. So it's safeties in free agency. It's probably a few corners that you might want in free agency, and we know Howie, bro. He don't invest a lot of money into certain positions. So let's not get our hopes up. Then he going out there he gonna trade up to 13 and take the top guy. If it ain't a D lineman, he ain't trading up.
What's crazy though is that when you said that you don't know about Alameda, that was all play calling, bro. Like, Alameda was
no. He's a 1-year deal. He's not under contract. That's what I'm saying.
I understand that. He's a home.
Yeah, but he's penny on $1, bro. You come back for he'll come back.
I'd rather do that and not draft.
We saying that, but I don't know if he comes
because
back.
he knows.
I don't know. I'm not 100%. Until he signed the paper, he can go to any team. Atlanta thought they was keeping him.
To an extent.
We got it.
It was devastated when he signed with us.
His name is Dallas Goedert.
No. Yeah, I know
that.
Wide
receiver 4.
We know
I'm
that.
not-
We know Dallas Goedert is the guy. So I think he's going to be the one. Like a lot of people talk about Kellen Moore coming to the Eagles and being it for Devontae Smith. I think it's more Dallas Goedert. I think Dallas Goedert is going to eat more.
Yeah, he has Schultz eating over there.
Yes,
Hey,
Schultz.
Jigga, I ain't crazy, Jigga. I'm just dreaming, dog. I
I
know
he's
we're gonna
going
take a lineman at 22.
I think it's not going to be a lineman, bro. Don't do that. It's probably the second round, but it's first round. First round, he gonna try to make a statement because, like Philly Mike said, he got his ear to the street and he knows that we need either a linebacker or somebody in the secondary. We need one of those type of guys, but he's gonna lean more towards linebackers because what I learned about Howie Roseman, anything like especially this late, half an hour late press conference him and Nick Sirianni had, it was more so the Vic Fangio thing, because I think that they was in the back talking to him and conversating and whatever, like that. Conversing, not conversating, that's not a word, but conversing. And basically when they got out there, it was more so that he's like, yo, linebacker is not a thing. You know, I got faith in Zach Cunningham. I got faith in Nakobe Dean. He ain't say nothing about Nicholas Morrow. He didn't say nothing about that. I think that he's going to go defense heavy in the first couple rounds. That's where I'm at with it. I think he's going to go defense heavy because he's going to focus on trying to get DeAndre Swift back on offense, trying to see what's going on with Kelsey, because that's another thing that we got to talk about, and then go towards defense and just focus on defense. I think defense is going to be his main project.
Well, that's where our holes are. Think about it. Your corners that are under contract are all 32 and older. You got no linebackers under contract except for the injured Liz Frank guy, right? I love Nakobe Dean still too, but right now he need to show me something. So you got 1 year deals at the linebacker position. You got 1 year's deals in the safety position.
Mm-hmm.
You got a couple year deals in the cornerback position, but they're all 31 and older, 30 and older. So your offensive line eventually, I trust a 33, 34, 35-year-old Lane than a 33, 34, 35-year-old cornerback. You know what I mean? Like offensive linemen, we've seen Jason Peters, they can play long. So think about it. Jalen, your skill players are all going to be cool. Goddard. I mean, the defense it needs an overload, and it showed. We had bad play calling, but our offense still ranked in the top 12 and top 13 in categories and a lot of stuff. A lot of that was carried from the beginning of the season because we trashed at the end. But if you look overall, big picture, the offense necessarily wasn't the problem overall. Yes, offense could have been a lot better due to some of the play calling for sure. And Jalen got to stop turning the ball over. I'm not going to lie. However, the defense was bad. It got to get fixed.
Hey, what's the hold on. So what year did Howie become GM?
Huh?
What year did Howie become the first time? Not when he got
the
fired.
First time.
The first
time.
Right. 2000 what? Was it 2000? I don't remember. I'm just asking the question because the last time we drafted the first round corner is over 20 years. Last first round linebacker is way longer than that.
The last time we drafted the first round cornerback was Lito Shepherd.
Yes, sir.
But guess what?
It's been a long.
Think about this
time.
though.
Was Howie the one drafting him?
Look at this though. Howie used to never touch the Alabamas and the Georgias of the world. Now he's going to the SEC, right? Howie is doing some things traditionally a little different. And again, if we're gonna zig and zag, here's the thing. No matter how, I know his foundation is offensive line, defensive line, but in the window of the contract that you gave Jalen Hurts, because you're going to have to extend Jalen Hurts before the contract's over, because the smart thing, what he did is, last year, this year, and even next year, the cap ain't that much. But his last year or two is huge. You got to extend him. So like if Jalen Hurts wouldn't pan out, then this contract looks ridiculously horrible. I think he's good. Y'all think he's good. That being said, you got to maximize your stuff right now. You got to pay Devontae. And that was one of the whole WIP. Well, this is also why we could trade AJ Brown. Name a team with two $100 million receivers. Don't see it. And if they do have it, they have a quarterback like Brock Purdy who's making $700K. You don't have a $250 million quarterback with 100 on his left arm and his right arm, or on the left of him and the right. All that being said, you got to get some stud defensive players, and you got to do it via the draft. You can still plug and play some key veterans in there for 1 or 2 year deals and stuff like that, but like the defense got to be built. And if Howie doesn't know that, then I'll go from loving him to being very upset, because it's like anybody that talks like go on any draft site, they're going to say Eagles needs. The first 3 needs are going to be on the defensive side before they even touch the offensive line, which that's what they might say. The first offensive thing they're going to say a line, because Elaine might eventually go, and Kelsey will eventually, he might go to this year, and then who plays right guard because Jurgen gets kicked into center. But we still feel confident in Jeff Stoughton bringing a guy like even Sua Petta or somebody up. All that being said, if you look at any draft site, even now, and it's going to get worse when we get closer, it's three defensive positions before you even see O-line somewhere. And it's just because they look and they see, and it's aging, and even the guys that we say are good and possibly can be good next year, right? Like maybe Slay plays better. Maybe he plays worse. Bradbury was horrible. I don't want him on a team. But just last year, he was all pro. Like, did he fall that far? If we're going to say that the coaching staff on defense was that bad, well, then, yes, I saw Bradbury get beat up man-to-man a couple times. But we can give a little bit on the coaching just being bad, the whole team collapsing. All that being said, we got to find out sooner rather than later, because corner is very important, and our corners are the oldest people on our team. If Fletch retires, and BG might come in for a farewell tour, but you can't have your oldest guys being your corners. Like,
right.
You need youth, and we got some guys who could step up, and we'll see what Carl Scott does for sure. However, you never know with Howie, but I just think that he's learned the amount of trash we talked on his drafts when it was Jalen Reagor and JJ Arcega-Whiteside and Andre Diller, and I think he's learned a little bit, because I would have never guessed that he would go 2 Alabamas and 4 Georgias in the last 3 years, and he did. That's 6 players from the top schools. Whatever school wins the championship, he drafts from. So we're gonna get some players from Michigan. Simple as that. Think about it.
2022, Bradbury actually benefited the most out of our pass rush. That 70 sack season, he benefited the most. I think that Bradbury, when it's on him to make a play, he can't. And we've seen that all this year. So I think that if we get the ball rolling back to
Sackville,
get into the quarterback and everything, I think that Bradbury will have a better season if he's still here. We want him going, of course, but at the same time, I don't know what Howie plans is. I think Howie plan is more so to strengthen our weakness, and then also you got to combat it with Hurt. The guy that we just drafted for, not drafted, signed for defensive lineman. He said basically he don't want his guys going backwards. I don't know how's that going to conflict with Fangio. I don't know how that's going to conflict with everything else, but I feel like that the Hassan Reddick is going to love it. I feel like that the linemen like Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Milton Williams, all those guys, they're going to love it. They're going to love that scheme, but they got to get home. And if they don't get home, then Bradbury is weak also.
Yeah, real quick. I know it's not ego related, but I just clicked. I just got I just got a notification, and I looked down real quick, and it's someone sharing Cam Newton's podcast, and it says, "Wow, former NFL MVP Cam Newton shreds Brock Purdy." He says Brock Purdy is the 10th best player on the Niners.
Yeah, listen, I watched
Yo,
the clip. I watched the clip, Mike, and this is what he
Oh,
said
you did?
exactly.
I just read the headline.
So look, this is what he said exactly. He said y'all are killing me about calling him a game manager. He said when you're a game changer, you're top 2 on your side of the ball. He said that man is the 10th best player on the team. If you go down the roster, you add Nick Bosa, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, CMC, Trent Williams. He started naming a lot of dudes. He was like, you probably put Brock Purdy at 10. Like, I was kind of listening like, yeah, you kind of right. He was like, when you're a game changer, people look at you as the top guy on the team. You either 1 or 2 on your side of the ball at least. He was like, when you look at San Francisco, you don't look and say Brock Purdy. The first person you see is CMC. Then you see Debo. Then you see Trent. Then you see Brandon. And then you probably say Purdy. If you don't say Kittle somewhere in the middle of all that. So he's what, the 5th best person, 6th best person on the offense? He's a game manager.
That's crazy.
it was crazy too, as on First Take, Mad Dog was basically saying that Jalen Hurts is better than Brock Purdy. Stephen A. Smith said, I gotta see what he does in the Super Bowl to compare the two. Because Jalen Hurts actually had a great showing in the Super Bowl. I want to see if Brock Purdy have a great showing.
Now, real quick. It's an ugly Super Bowl for Eagle fans, but don't tell me who you want to win, because I mean we really don't care who. We really don't want no one to win. But if I had to pick who I would vote for, it's going to be Chiefs, just because of the Kelsey brother, and I do got a little love for Andy Reid. I'm pissed they beat us. For sure. However, not who you want to win. Who do you think is going to win?
I think the Chiefs. I want the. Yeah, I got it. I think the Chiefs. I want the Chiefs to win on my own petty reasons, because for years the Patriots was winning, and then I love the feeling that we had when we like slayed the dragon, almost. And just like, hey, we got them. I want to do the same thing with Kansas City, so I want Kansas City to win. Also, I'm a fan of Travis Kelce, very much fan of Andy Reid, but at the same time, I want to be the ones that take them out. I don't want the 49ers to take them out.
Yeah. But I'm with you. I'm rooting for the Chiefs too. But do you think like that Niners team, no matter how much I trash I talk, they got a squad for real though?
They do, but at the same but at the same time, like this Chiefs team elevated their game in the playoffs. Like they wasn't playing like this in the season.
Nah, they weren't.
And in the playoffs, they're not dropping passes that much anymore. The defense is playing top notch. Patrick Mahomes is still, shaking hands with the refs. I didn't mean to say that, but but at the end of the day, I think I can't bet against them. I can't bet against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. I can't.
I got to go with history, right? On one side of the ball, you got a 2-time champion. What he got, like 20 AFC and NFC championships combined type deal. And you got Patrick Mahomes, man. That man is literally Tom Brady reincarnated. And Mike Shanahan's a choke artist. Sorry, I said that out loud, but let's be real. Yeah, Kyle, my bad. Not Mike. Mike is too. So Mike and Kyle, I mean, it didn't fall far from the tree. So Mike has been to what? Two Super Bowls? This is second one, right? Third one? Second one?
Shanahan?
Kyle been Kyle Shanahan been the
This is third.
Second.
Third.
No, because when they went back in the day, it was hardball.
No, 2019.
No,
Atlanta.
When
2019,
Kaepernick.
Atlanta, and this one, right? And no,
he went with Atlanta. Yeah, he went with Atlanta.
Yeah, so 2019
Okay.
Atlanta and this one.
So three.
I mean, let's
Wait,
talk
was
about
he
it.
wasn't the head coach though, was he?
2019?
No.
You sure? 2019 he wasn't the head coach?
With Atlanta, he wasn't the head coach of Atlanta.
He was the offensive
No. He
coordinator,
wasn't the head
wasn't
coach. He was a coordinator. He was a coordinator. Yeah.
That was Dan
Quinn
Quinn's
was the
team.
head coach.
Mhm.
Yeah. But the offense, what did the offense do in the Super Bowl?
I mean,
Mike Shanahan
Matt Ryan should never got sacked. Matt Ryan got sacked like 8 years. If Matt Ryan doesn't get sacked 8 yards behind, that field goal changes the whole complexity of the game.
But Mike, they never should have got close.
Yeah, that defense was bad too, though. Like
Dan Quinn was a choke artist, but I mean, Kyle wasn't far away from the failures either.
Yeah,
so,
you're right. Look, I don't want the Niners to win. Could you,
Mike? 2019, you knew Jimmy G was a liability. The whole playoffs, you took the ball out of his hand. In the fourth quarter, you say, Jimmy, I need you to make a tight throw. But the game before that, he had 6 completions. Like, why are you putting on Jimmy G? Like, that's a bonehead play for me when your running backs are literally killing the Chiefs. Elijah Mitchell is going nuclear, and you say, Jimmy G, make a play. Like,
yeah, but that one pass that Jimmy
to
G missed was wide open.
But it's Jimmy.
An NFL quarterback should be able to make a wide open pass, regardless.
I don't think Jimmy should have been in the NFL, to be honest, but he made a living, so I can't knock him for being here. He did what he had to do to get here.
Miss Ash had a point that was my second point. The Ravens, that defense held the Ravens.
Man, look,
3 turnovers though. That's crazy.
DV.
Yep.
I seen a little bit of the 22 because I was on the phone with my partner. He sent me like some clips. That game, they played some of the best defense I've seen in a long time, and there was nowhere to go with the ball, and there was nowhere for him to escape the pocket and run. Like, it's hard to keep Lamar Jackson with no options, and that's what that defense did. And I just don't know if Brock Purdy, like, Spags is one of them dudes, man. Like, Spag gonna spin it. He gonna make it look crazy. You gonna think you see cover 2, and then it's gonna go to 0. And by the time you look up, it's gonna be 2 or 3 dudes coming off that thing trying to get you. Like, and the corners are gonna play aggressive. Like, Snead gonna play aggressive.
What's crazy because I feel like that they were prepared for Lamar Jackson just because they played the Bills before.
Nah, it's a different run game though. Cause
no, but you got to worry about both. You got to worry about both.
But it's 2 different. Like Josh Allen is more quarterback power, and Lamar Jackson is more outside zone. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, that cheat.
He put more pressure.
You give Patrick Mahomes a defense, is a wrap. Because look,
it's Tom Brady, Mike. It's Tom Brady.
I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady yet.
Bruh, Tom Brady, listen, I seen a stat. Like, I think every time Tom Brady had a top 15 defense, he didn't lose in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, but look, Tom Brady got what, 6 Super Bowls? My man's goated. We understand that. But Mahomes is doing, again, if we're gonna compare the first couple years of Brady, first couple of years of Mahomes is light years ahead of him in a sense of, at once upon a time, Brady was the Brock Purdy. Like, Brady's first Super Bowl, he was the Brock Purdy. He was the game manager, not the game changer, as Cam Newton would say. All that being said, he became the game changer for sure. But like, listen to this. This man, Patrick Mahomes, has been in the league for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's never not finished at least in the AFC Championship. This man, again, his first year, he sat the bench. That's the only thing that's stopping him. This man has never started a season and not finished in the AFC Championship. He's only not finished in the Super Bowl once. This man lives in the Super Bowl. And yeah, he lost to Tom Brady. It is what it is. But my man, what is this? he's going for his third ring right here, right?
Right.
If he wins that, and in today's game with quarterbacks playing to the damn near, like if Brady could play till he's 45, not saying Mahomes would, but Mahomes didn't take them early 2000 hits. Like, yeah, injuries can happen. You never know. But, man, if Mahomes wins this, he needs 3 more to tie, and he's playing for 10 years more, at least. So if my man plays for 10 more years on the trajectory he's at now, unless we slayed him in Dragon or some shit, as you said.
That's what's going to happen.
It's
going to happen, Mike.
But listen, we slayed the Dragon, and Brady still got 6. So what I'm saying is, Mahomes is a bad man, dog. He's a
no,
beast.
he is. No, he is. He is. I think
I can't. I just look at it. Look. Could you imagine? Again, we're Eagle fans. I can't imagine being another fan, right? But imagine, like, knowing your team's struggling in a season. Like, who cares? When the playoffs come, ain't no one can beat us. Like, when you could really simply say that out loud. When you could simply say, like, oh my, like imagine someone saying, like, the Bills fan, like, or somebody, Ravens, oh, we got a better record than you. Bro, Mahomes lives in the AFC Championship game, and his next door neighbor is the Super Bowl. I'm not worried about the regular season. Bro, it's just crazy. I can't believe this. They live in their best lives. And like I said, look, this was supposed to be the worst Chiefs team, and this might be the year. Oh, they got to go on the road. I mean, they don't give a bleep what goes on. They just find a way, man. That's a squad right there. I'm still mad we lost by 3. I'm about to be I'm hurt.
Yeah. I was about to go there too, but I ain't even gonna go there.
Yeah, bro. That 3 is kicking my behind. The whole season, like Mike, you know how you don't talk about it, but in the back of your head you think about it, and then every time you scroll somewhere, you get a memory of it. Like I be on Twitter, like I be like, and then I see somebody post like, how did we lose this? And I'm like, bro, I didn't want to hear that again. Like, can we move on?
But see, they're gonna keep bringing it up because, like I said, on ESPN, they basically were saying that if Brock Purdy has a multiple touchdown game, now they're gonna compare it to Jalen Hurts to the Chiefs, and they're gonna say, "Oh, Brock Purdy is better than Jalen Hurts." That's gonna be the debate.
Yeah, it's rough.
Hey, funny thing, Mike. Somebody said you said you didn't wish you were another fan base, right? And then somebody said to me like the other day, like, man, I wish we could go on a magical run like the Chiefs and the Patriots. I'm like, I mean, we had a run like that. You might just been young to remember it, but we was living in the NFC Championship. Andy Reid just couldn't get the job done. Like, we was right at the door. Like, I do want to go on a run like that. I hope Jalen Hurts is the answer to going on that run. I would love to be the next door neighbors to Patrick Mahomes in Super Bowl.
Correct. See, but like again, what is good about the Patriots and the Chiefs run is, yeah, they live in the AFC Championship, and then when they lose in the AFC Championship, you're disappointed, but you're going to be back there with a chance to go. And like the thing is though, living in the NFC Championship and not really getting to the Super Bowl, losing to the Bucks, losing to the Panthers, then finally beating the Falcons to lose to the Patriots, it was rough. But again, yes, knowing that like them 3 years, I always felt that we were contenders. Like I love going into the season, not knowing that like there's times where you're like, yo, we could slip into the playoffs. But there's times where you're like, yo, we are one of the best teams. And I love that feeling. And the Chiefs wake up like, yo, Chiefs fans just wake up like that for the last 6 years. They've been either the best or one of the best. 6 years straight. They only have possibly 3 Super Bowls to show for that, but still, that's crazy.
Do y'all
think 3 in 6 years ain't a bad stat though? I'm just saying.
Going back to the Eagles, do y'all think that the quarterback coach that's going to be in charge of getting Jalen Hurts right, do you think he's got the biggest job to do?
We don't even know who that is yet.
I know, because they was talking about
they let Tanny go.
Yeah, they let
him go. But they were saying that it was going to be the Chargers quarterback coach. That was a rumor.
I think that's what Kellen Moore's trying to do. Kellen Moore's trying to bring him with him. I don't know if it's 100%
Have the Eagles
engraved.
officially announced the Kellen Moore thing yet, or no?
Not yet. Not like they did Vic Fangio. Not yet.
Well, if they imagine they say never mind.
Did you convert it yet, bro?
Yeah. I got it.
Could you
Yeah, play
imagine
that
if they
real
said
quick.
never mind?
You play
All
that
right, hold
real
on.
quick.
All right, hold on. Let me play it.
First of all, I don't really know I don't know if they've actually said what his role is, I guess, going to be on the offense. I know he said he's going to do more of like the head coaching responsibilities, I think, in his press conference. But
yeah, he's on cue saying that.
Nick, and I really mean this, is one of the best coaches I've been around and talking about coaching situational ball, really understanding what to do in the right moment, motivating guys. We coach things up in team meetings and hold people accountable better than pretty much any other coach I've been around. And I think he does a lot of things. Players love him. They'll play hard for him. I know it was a really shitty year for us. But I think that Nick has a lot to bring as value as the head coach and the organizational leadership that he provides for the team.
Yeah.
To me, I look at it as, hey, I think Kellen Moore is a pretty bright guy, and I think he's going to bring – all I know now is I know we have a great coach in Nick Sirianni. We just got a great defensive coordinator, defensive mind in Vic Fangio, and we got a great offensive mind in Kellen Moore that just got hired. So in my opinion, we're adding more talented individuals to continue to be a part of the staff. So whoever is calling plays, I know that we get better having Kellen Moore in the building because I think he's a great mind and has proven that over the last 5 years. Nick moving to like a head coaching position, he removed himself from play calling duties last year with Shane Steichen, right? Yeah. That ended up working out pretty damn good. Nick has shown in his tenure with the Eagles that he's going to do whatever he thinks is in the best interest of the Philadelphia Eagles. And he's going to make those decisions. And he doesn't care about how other people perceive it. He doesn't care about anything other than what's in the best interest of the team. And to me, I think players respect the hell out of coaches that operate on that level and communicate things like that. And he's a very unselfish guy. Yeah.
I'm with you, brother.
That's my viewpoint on it.
We got one more in the
Jason's coming back, bro. That man's too hyped for the coordinators. He's coming back. My man is back.
I swear. That's all I thought about.
Hey, Philly Mike.
I'm like, damn.
Hey, Philly Mike. Hey, Philly Mike. You heard how many times he said we? That's what you wanted from AJ.
What 100%, boy.
Yo, how do retired guys sound more like part of the team than the guy?
Because just how they both said on up at Adams, K Adams podcast. They both said that he's the leader. So
yeah,
he's gonna take this more serious than anybody else from the outside. Like he's homegrown. These guys not homegrown. They more so like, hey, I gotta look out for my family.
Well, Smitty homegrown, but he's short-lived homegrown.
Smitty is, yeah, he's short-lived, but he's homegrown. But I'm talking about AJ. He's not homegrown. So we gotta look at everything with a perspective. Now,
yeah.
If he leaves,
hold on. Dv, did you read what Jigga just said? I'm gonna go. He just said make Kellen Moore the head coach, basically. Oh God, where are we?
Nah, bro, we don't do that yet, not yet, because you got vets, you got rookies, and you got guys that's just signed with us like AJ Brown and everything like that. That took up for Nick Sirianni. We got to stop this whole fire Nick Sirianni thing and whatever like that. Look, Nick Sirianni is our head coach for this upcoming season. Now, how far that's going to go, we don't know. But right now, he's our head coach. They respect him, and that's all it is. If they respect him, then it's okay. We respect him. And then if the offensive coordinator need help, if Nick Sirianni does what he does or whatever like that, so be it. That's up to Lori and Howie to be like, hey, look, we told you not to have no say-so in it or whatever like that. I didn't like the fact that Nick Sirianni on that press conference said that he was going to have a say-so in the defensive coordinator. No, you're not going to have nothing, especially with no Vic Fangio. He had
No, he just
Dolphin
said
fans.
he said he's gonna sit in. I thought he said he's gonna sit in defensive meetings sometimes. Time now. That's what he
Look,
said.
he had Dolphins, just like Jalen Ramsey. Honestly, I feel like that's who it was. But they had Dolphins players not liking him. You mean to tell me that he gonna allow Nick Sirianni to sit in? And that's not your domain. Your domain is offense. That's your domain.
Run Nick Sirianni out. You can't run Nick Sirianni out. He the head coach. If he come in and say I'm sitting in on a meeting, you just gonna be sitting in on the meeting.
You could be nosy if you want, but look, this is Vic Fangio scheme over here.
I think Vic Fangio gonna be very accepting of what Nick Sirianni got going on. Personally,
that's false.
You knew his title was you knew he had no title when you got here, but head coach. So you obviously assumed he's gonna be involved everywhere because now he has more time. He's not gonna sit in his office and twiddle his thumbs. He's gonna be around. He's gonna be sitting in on Kellen Moore.
He might sit in his office and play some rock paper scissors shoot though. Not forget, he loves some rock paper scissors shoot.
Here's my thing though.
But yeah,
I think he's
gonna be everywhere though.
He's gonna be more of a cheerleader, bro. He's gonna be more of the rah-rah guy, like, yo, yeah, we're down now, but Vic,
you see my shirt? This is what we about.
He's gonna be one of those guys, man. He's gonna be a motivator speaker, man. He's gonna be one of those guys that's gonna get.
I got Super Bowls that did it. Look, Jim.
I understand that.
John Harbaugh ain't calling plays. He ain't good at offense or defense. He's a rah-rah guy. Guess what? He got chips out of that. Give me chips. I don't care what it is.
Let me ask y'all a question. Right now, the situation we in, we got Vic Fangio, we got Kellen Moore as our coordinators. Would you rather have Nick Sirianni as our head coach that's just overseeing everything, or would you rather have Dan Campbell?
They got this.
I'm just gonna go Nick Sirianni because Nick Sirianni would have kicked a field goal.
I'm gonna take Nick, right?
I knew somebody was gonna say that, but not that soon. I didn't think.
Hold on. I'm gonna go Nick because I mean Dan ain't really. I mean, what has Dan really did other than the NFC Championship? Like Nick had three consecutive playoff appearances. Jalen Hurts has improved all 3 years under him except for this year with the turnovers. But as far as like the offense getting better, we started off 9-8, and then we went 14-3. And Dan Campbell's supposed to be a defensive guru. What does his defense look like? It looked like they peed down their leg against the 49ers, and they had nothing to stop anybody, and they wasn't physical. They got out-bullied. So, I mean, if Dan Campbell is supposed to be a defensive guru and his defensive philosophy is be physical, he failed. Give me Nick Sirianni. At least when he tied his hands, we went to the Super Bowl. So hopefully he ties his hands again.
Cool story, bro. But at the same time, I went to the Philadelphia Eagles versus the 49ers at the Link. I went to that game, and I seen that awful showing on defense. So again,
hey, my homeboy went to the San Francisco versus Detroit game, and he feel the same way you feel. He went to the playoff game and they just lost. He feel the same way you feel.
At the same time, it was concept on that with James Bradbury being trash talked by Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and then also they coming into the Link. The Link we were supposed to protect home, and we didn't.
Lions should have never lost that game, though. I'm pissed. We should not be watching the Niners in the Super Bowl.
No, we should. We should. But Brock Purdy only had 99 yards in that game.
Yeah, but then how you give up a 30-yard run to Brock Purdy with the game on the line? All you gotta do is stop him on third down, and this man go for 30.
Yeah, that's wild.
Now that's reverting back to listen. This is reverting back to what I was talking about with AJ Brown. Now, everything is controlled. There's no way that Brock Purdy should have got that much yardage. There's no way that it was defensive players that wasn't able to tackle Patrick Mahomes in their game. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so much stuff to go into it, whereas though everything is being kind of controlled right now. Y'all don't think?
Controlled how?
Like,
yeah, I was a little confused. I was like, huh? Where did we go? I was trying to catch up. Clue me
like
in, bro. Give me some.
the Detroit game. The Detroit game. Detroit was up 24-7, bro. 24-7. And then it was just like pause, but it was more
rigged,
like a beat down.
Like
it was a beat
rigged?
down by the 49ers a little bit. Because there's no way that
you watch
you're
that
up
game,
24.
right? If you watch that game, look. The problem was they got up and then they played keep away. They said, "Okay, we're gonna play keep away." They wasn't scoring. They was running the ball. You clicking time off the clock. San Francisco getting the ball, score. You get the ball back. You trying to run it. You get all this. You clicking 5 minutes off the clock, but you're not scoring. So you getting down here.
Then when you get in scoring range, you try to go for it.
That's what I'm talking about, Mike. Both of those drives, they were 6-minute drives. That's 12 minutes, and you did not score 1 point. And then you gave it back to them, and they went right down and scored. It's like,
and then you're dropping interceptions, dropping first downs. Like, man, that was an epic collapse. Only team that could do that is Detroit, right? To be bad for so long. To have a good season,
Atlanta.
just to fall apart in one half of football. Because that half of that, listen, in the first half, they looked like the 2023 Lions. In the second half, they looked like that 0-16 Lions because they just fell apart. They couldn't catch the ball. Dudes were playing patty cake with the ball, giving it to a Ewick and whatnot. Like, chill, bro. Too much.
Yeah.
Man, if we talk about catching the ball or anything like that, man, it would have been an NFC North NFC championship if the Green Bay Packers could have caught the ball against the 49ers.
Yeah, I would have loved the Niners that got squawked in the divisional. Like, yo, I'm tired of the Niners already. Their fan base is killing me on Twitter and whatnot. Like, just hearing what they're saying.
You see, I added my Twitter on the stream tonight, and that's the only person that showed up was a San Francisco.
No, bro. Coach T, an Eagle fan, he lost a bet.
Oh, he did.
T Dizzle is an Eagle fan. That's Coach T, bro. He an Eagle fan.
Oh, okay.
He got a San Francisco Abbey because he lost the bet. He bet with Detroit.
That's why the San Francisco should have lost. He would have never had to put that on his damn thing.
Right.
That's crazy.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I think I'm really tired of seeing the same teams, bro. I'm getting really exhausted as a fan of football, man.
That's why I wanted the Ravens versus the Lions, but here we are.
Oh, I told you I thought it was gonna be Ravens Lions too, but Patrick Mahomes just can't bow out just for a minute. Just go take a break, brother. Dang.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, he's not taking a break anytime soon. That team's gonna get better. That team's that team's gonna get another weapon on offense.
That hand, when that hand do that, he like, yeah, it's time. I think Patrick Mahomes is the golden child right now.
He is.
He's the golden child right now. And that's why I want
Jalen Hurts the black sheep.
Slay the dragon. No, I wouldn't say he the black sheep.
I wouldn't go there.
They be killing my quarterback, man. It's only like 3 or 4 reporters that give him love. The rest of them be like, is he really the answer? Is the Philadelphia Eagles locked in at quarterback? Or should they be?
That's more about the Philadelphia Eagles than Jalen Hurts. That's more about the Philadelphia Eagles than Jalen Hurts.
They bring up the 20 interceptions. Like, first year he was before the contract, he was mistake free and turnover free.
But who had high
leading the league in turnover?
Who else had high interceptions and missing the first 5 games? Who else had high interceptions? Right? And they never brought that up. It's because he's a Philadelphia Eagle. I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Do people y'all really believe people hate us that much, bro?
Exactly, bro.
I don't know.
Why
Like,
do you think
bruh,
Jason
like,
Kelsey adopted this song? No one likes us and we don't care. This is why he adopted this song.
I don't know. Like when I interact with other fan bases, like it seems like it's like 4 fan bases that don't like us. It's Dallas, obviously, Washington, obviously, Giants, 49ers. I don't really
Chiefs
get hate
fans,
from like other people.
Chiefs fans don't like us.
They 50-50, Mike.
That's
They
a lot of
50-50
fans.
because they kind of like laugh in our face more than they don't like us. They're like, oh, you gave us
Viking
Andy
fans
Reid. Y'all
don't
gotta
like
be the
us.
dumbest people. I ain't really never had no turmoil with Vikings fans. I used to chill with a Viking fan. They kind of like they got like beef because we put them out in the playoffs, but like they don't really like hate us. Like when I talk about when I run into Dallas fans, I get look at their face. I just see disgust. They're like, you an Eagle fan?
Patriots
Man,
fans
that
don't like
nasty
us
team.
for sure.
That too. I forgot about them. They don't like us because they.
Well, bro. Vikings fans don't like us for a whole nother reason. The year when the Rocky statue,
Yeah,
that situation,
Super Bowl run.
and
Anybody
then-
anybody who ever put their jersey on a Viking statue and then anybody who put their jersey on a Rocky statue and got whooped, they don't like us because we did something to them then. After we
and then on top of that, what was his name? The quarterback at that time,
Case
Keenum.
Case Keenum. His wife put out a tweet and basically was like, I would never go back there. They treated me like crap. They treated the Vikings fan base like, of course. What did you thought was going to happen? Because y'all disrespected us.
Thanks.
Hey, Miss Ash, I want to see the same thing, but I don't. I'm starting to just be like, I'm gonna be an old man when I see it for real. The only person I think can do it is Jalen. Only person I think can do it is Jalen. The rest of them, I don't got enough faith in.
But yo, like, look, as much as we look, and yes, Patrick Mahomes is true. Is not really classified as a dual threat, I guess. But in the biggest games, the dude rushes for like 50+ yards. Like, listen, part of the reason why he beat us was his legs. He ran that 21-yard scamper up the middle and a couple other ones. Like, so yeah, he's not the Cam Newton, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts necessarily. Like they're gonna do a power run with him. Like all them people, they'll call quarterback design runs for, right? They're not really doing that with Patrick Mahomes. But Mahomes get busy. He get loose on these dudes. He really does. Dude looks slow, but he got some wheels for. I hate that guy. I hate him and love him. It's hate because he's just too good, but he got mad respect. Like the same way I felt about Tom Brady, I'm starting to feel about him. Like, bro, you're so good, I gotta respect you. But I gotta respect you. You earn my respect, but you didn't earn my like. You know what I mean? I don't know. Love hate.
Hey, Mike, I think we don't put him in the category because there's games where he don't take off at all. He kill you with his arm.
Yeah,
purely on. Like you can go like the stat line and you see 0, 0, 0. It's not many games that like Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, or Lamar Jackson that they won. They had 0 rushing yards. Not many.
And I classify it like this: if you're a dual threat, they're gonna call a design run for you, right? If you're not a quarterback that gets called a design run, like Steve Young got busy back in the day. Look at McNabb. McNabb was loosey goosey, but he wasn't like I mean, Vic, like we know the types. If anybody gonna do it, it's gonna be Jalen.
All right, y'all, man. So we at the 1 minute 54 minute mark, man. It's been nice being out here, man. Hey, it's 26 people here, man. Look, if y'all can like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Mike got content coming every day. DV got content coming every day, and I'm working on it. I do go live 3 times a week. I do shorts every day, but I can't. I'm getting on the videos, man. It's the off season, so I'm being able to work out a schedule. Hey, Mike, I might need you to help me out with that OBS thing. I can't figure that shit. You said YouTube, though, didn't you? You told me to go on YouTube, didn't you?
That's what I did. I just watched a YouTube video on it. They do pretty good job at explaining it for sure, but I'll throw any 2 cents I can throw out there for sure. Yeah, I did 2 videos today because of the AJ Brown news. Well, I didn't do 2 videos a day. Like when I drop a video at 8:00 in the morning, which I've been trying to be consistent with me dropping a video at 8:00. When I drop it at 8:00, that means I stayed up late doing it because I get off of work, chill with the family, then I go upstairs around 9:00, and then I do a lot. I'm trying to keep getting better at my editing and whatnot, all that. But anyways, I record at night, and then I'm not posting it at like 9, 10, 11, 12 at night. That's for nothing. So I just drop at 8 in the morning. So anytime it's 8 in the morning, I hate though when I'm about to drop it at 8 and something breaks. I'm like, well, I'm talking about like last night news, not things. So
then you got to turn around and drop another video.
yeah, that's why I literally talked about AJ and Pat Surtain being traded. You know that and I disagreed with it. You know, but that was my title and whatnot. And then
what y'all think about that? What you think about that, Smitty? About AJ Brown for just Surtain?
I'm good.
If I wouldn't do it either. Like as much as a dog he is, I'm keeping AJ. I'm only getting
you create
rid of
another
AJ
listen. You create another
if
hole.
he tells me he wants out. Even if he tells me he wants out, I'm making him play for the Birds.
Hey Mike, I think acquiring this is my reasoning, right? So I think getting rid of AJ creates a bigger hole than a fix for you acquiring Patrick Surtain. I think you create a bigger gap in your offense than you really gain in your defense by adding Patrick Surtain. I think AJ Brown is a bigger piece for us.
I don't know, man.
Listen,
Slay and Surtain. I think that ups. I think if Slay gets the number 2 now, if Slay moves over to the left side instead of the right side,
now you got to prioritize receiver. You got to like go out and get somebody, prioritize. You got to rebuild chemistry on the offense. You got to hope that Jalen Hurts and this guy can get on the same page as AJ Brown and this guy. Because you know him and Devontae not going to lose it. You know him and Dallas not going to lose it. But then you got to hope the offense clicking like it was. Can we get another 1,400 receiver? Or is now Devontae Smith the 1,400-yard receiver and then we get another 1,300-yard receiver?
Well, check this out. When we won our first Super Bowl, we didn't have a big-time receiver like that, right? Also, look at what the Chiefs are doing right now. I'm not saying Jalen's Mahomes, but guess what? Mahomes got a defense, and he got Travis Kelce. Mahomes got a defense, Travis Kelce, a running game, and a couple guys who catch it here and there. You know what I mean? That's all he got. But because of that defense, if Pat Mahomes goes 3 and out, he like, y'all gonna give it right back to me, right? All right, I won't go out 3. I won't go 3 and out again. So what I'm saying is, we would be a step up, and I wouldn't do it. I would keep AJ Brown for sure, but we'd be a step up because we have a Goddard, they have a Kelce, and yes, Kelce's still the man, but Kelce's older now, right? Like if you feature Goddard, he could probably be as productive as Kelce if you feature him, right? Because I'm talking about this Kelce, not prime Kelce, right? He's talking about retiring a year or 2 ago. Anyways, so none of them MVS, Sidney Rice hold a candle to Devontae, right? So we'd be already a step ahead of them in the offense thing, but I don't know if Surtain fixed everything on defense. He makes the cornerback group good, but that linebacking group is still sus. So, you know, I hear you, but you know, I'm telling you, give Jalen a defense. If we could just go into the season with a top 10 defense, I'm feeling real confident.
I like what I seen, but I don't like what I seen because I seen us without AJ Brown. We wasn't as good.
Yeah, but we weren't just without AJ Brown. The only person that played in that game was Devontae Smith. Everybody had their soul snatched from them. Ain't nobody really want to be out there.
No, I ain't talking about just the one game. I'm talking about like the whole that 9-8 season. Like I don't know if I want to see our team look like that again. I like what AJ Brown brings to the table, bro. I don't know if I want to just let a 1,400-yard guy come in for a cornerback.
Smitty wasn't fully Smitty, and Jalen wasn't fully Jalen yet. So we don't, you know what I mean?
Y'all, I mean, I wouldn't do it. I still
wouldn't do it. But what I'm saying is, though, Jalen's first year starting, and now he's a way different player.
So the reason why
I seen that same player occur a little bit too, but we was banged up.
So the reason why they were saying about
so
Patrick
it is
Surtain,
his weapons. You're saying? No, I'm just kidding.
They were saying that Vic Fangio was there when they drafted with the Broncos. They drafted Patrick Surtain. They were saying that with the new defensive back coach, he could get the
He
best
coached
out
them?
of Patrick Surtain, and he coached them. Yeah. And they were saying that it was a contract hit with AJ Brown, but I'm saying that Patrick Surtain is going to want money too.
Bread.
So you're not really like leaving anything. It's more so that it's more of a sure up that the coaches that he's familiar with, people that he's familiar with, he's going to be with those type of people. But I wouldn't like give up somebody that just broke records 2 years straight. I wouldn't give that up. And a
there's
captain, I
always
would
the
not give it up.
possibility that when we trade for a corner, something happens to him. Because I've seen it. I'm not saying Vic Fangio will let that happen and all that, but like, Byron Maxwell was supposed to be good. Nandi Asama was supposed to be good.
Yeah.
Like AJ was good in Tennessee, came here and got better. You could stay.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Jigga, you said it could help Jalen, but it could also hinder Jalen. Like I don't listen. I didn't play with like my best friend, but I played with a few of my friends in high school. Like having them on the team made me feel good. I don't know if that same feeling with another receiver is gonna ever be there. Like the way he feel about AJ. Like I can see it sometimes when I watch Jalen play. It's like, you know what? AJ out there, that's my guy. I'm going. He do it with Devontae all the time too. Like I'm finna go. I don't care what the play call was. It looked like he a little bit open. He might not be open, but I'm throwing it. I'm finna give him the opportunity to get it. Like that Washington catch, that one hand, like he wasn't open, but he threw it. And AJ was like, I'm getting this. He put the one hand out there, which is like, that's trust. Like you gotta build that.
He was open. He was open, bro.
I mean, he always open. He 1K always open.
Exactly.
So I mean, he always open. So okay, I'm gonna put it like this. He didn't look open to the naked eye, but
no, he didn't.
The right spot, he could get it. But like, you think you bring in I mean, obviously you're gonna try to go get a big name, right? Or you gonna go get a regular guy? I mean, who do you bring in that helps? You know what I'm saying? The offense keep pace, because you don't want to fall back and then hope Jalen Hurts can pick up more weight and carries more, because then we're gonna have the Lamar Jackson argument. And I don't want to hear that from us. And he ain't have enough, man. They put everything on Jalen Hurts, man. That's why he wore down. That's why we not able to get over the hump. This year was the first time I really listened to Raven fan. They was like, yeah, he got everything. He got everything he need. Like, I don't know if you take AJ out of here, where we head. Where's the path we go forward? Like, Surtain is a great talent, but you just heard Mike say it. Like, we picked up Nandi Asama, who was supposed to have been like top 2 corner that year. He was killing it with the Raiders. He came over here and we was like, oh man, he not our guy. And we paid him decent. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's a heavy pedestal, because Surtain could come over here. We turn into a lockdown defense. We giving up 10 points a game. Like something crazy. But then
we only scoring 9.
I was just gonna say, like, what if we not scoring though? Like, what is the offense
That's
not
all
there
we scored
anymore?
against the Bucks, 9 points. That shit was disgusting.
Right.
Against the man, Bucks. We got to get my boy Mike up out of here, man. So anything final for the people, Mike?
Nah, man, it was always good chopping it up. Birds, you know what I mean? I haven't been doing too many live streams, but even my dang self, I've been skipping out on them and all that. But now that the all season's coming into play, I need to get back to doing some lives myself. I think the last time I went live was I did a call-in stream maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that. But that was probably last time.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
A week ago. I don't know if it was 2 or 1 weeks ago, but
make sure y'all hit. Hey, look, Mike tell you 1,000 times, right? Ding the notification bell so you don't miss none of this great content, man. Like, just make sure you notification game. I mean, I watch Mike 8 o'clock in the morning because I be headed to work. I turn my phone on. He like the first one.
You won't get an 8 o'clock video tomorrow though, because I'm all out of gas. I'm all out of gas. I spent it all between last night's video dropping this morning and then another video. You won't see a video until Friday morning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You got anything for the people?
Man, look, man, I don't want y'all guys to worry, man. Like, I think that everybody's that's supposed to be here is going to be here. I think that, we just gotta trust in Howie. If if Howie's going to do something, it got to be now. It got to be a change up. You know, as always, it's always go birds, always fly, Eagles fly. But overall, I just think that how this is probably going to be the biggest test in Howie's career, because we're trying to get back to, you know, where we was at in 2022.
Well, man, y'all know what it is, man. It's always love, peace, and hair grease over here, man. So until next time, man, we out.
Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy King DV, and I'm with my co-host Smitty. What's going on, bro?
Man, it's love, man.
On for A.J. Brown. Michael Carter the second.
They don't know Jalen Hurts like we know Jalen Hurts.
Was hanging on to Jalen Hurts.
Until next time, man, y'all know what it is.